common mistakes that people make when starting with Kanban is that they assume that they're just like another business. So what I mean by that is that they go and copy somebody else's board. They do a little Google search and look at the board and put it up there. And what we miss by doing that is that the whole purpose of a Kanban board is to visualize the workflow in your context. It is not somebody else's context. So how does the work flows within your organization, your team? Where does the demand come from? What happens to it? What are the key stages or steps you need to go through to fulfill that demand? Now, when we skip that step, then we have a workflow that is not aligned with what we do. So people make assumptions. What does that mean? What does that column mean? What does verify mean? Or analyze? Well, you don't call it that in your work, then it doesn't make any sense. So that's one of the first mistakes that people do, is copy somebody else's. Or they put the workflow as they wish it to be, as opposed to what it actually is. So step one, go gain knowledge, understand how the work is actually flowing through your system. Map those steps, visualize it. And then you know where the work is within that workflow. The second mistake is that we mistake a visualization of the work, in other words, the workflow and the work token that represents the work. We mistake that with a Kanban system. Visualizing, having a board, whether it's physical or digital, or physical and digital, which is what we recommend, and having tokens that represent work doesn't make a Kanban system. A Kanban system needs to have a way to limit the number of work items in flight. And the reason we do that is to increase focus on what matters. And as a result of that, we improve the flow of valuable items through our Kanban system. And then third one, and probably the final one for here, is that people forget that the Kanban system is also a change management system. The Kanban system is sending you messages or signals about how the work is flowing or not flowing through your system. Now it's up to you to act on those signals. And once you start acting on those, you've got that relentless and continuous improvement built into your Kanban system, because that's what it's there for. It's showing you where the work is flowing and where it's stuck, and then you can act on it. Of course, you can then add some measures and metrics that go along with these to understand how long it takes for the work to go through, how many do you do in a given time, and then use those data and measures to also improve better and more purposeful change guided by the data. So that is where, if you like, the key missteps happen when people adopt Kanban. I'd love to work with your organization and make sure you are also achieving results that I have achieved with other organizations. Want to learn more? Look up www.valueglide.com or link with me on any of my social media channels.